Yeah, good morning, everyone. So, before starting with Angular, I will give you first overview of what we are going to discuss in this session. So, first, the basic prerequisite is in order to learn Angular, you must have prior knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I hope you all have the knowledge of these three because these are the basic prerequisites for learning Angular. You can start learning Angular only if you have knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you cannot handle Angular like technologies without these three. So you must have knowledge of these three. And if you are good with your HTML, CSS, and sometimes people may be learning JavaScript and simultaneously attending Angular. So that's okay, no problem, right? If you are learning and simultaneously attending, that's okay. But HTML, CSS, you must finish complete, right? Without that, you cannot handle anything in Angular like technologies. So basic prerequisite, these three minimum, right? Minimum HTML, CSS, and basics of JavaScript. These are enough to start Angular. So what we are going to learn in this session is we are going to learn Angular 13. Angular 13 is the version. I will explain all technical details. Step by step we will discuss. I'm just giving you overview of this course. So we will learn Angular 13, but generally you cannot start directly Angular 13. So what you will learn here is, one is you will learn a language called TypeScript. Angular requires a knowledge of language TypeScript. So you need the knowledge in TypeScript. People who are already aware of JavaScript, it is easy with the TypeScript also, but no worry, we are going to learn complete TypeScript here. Complete TypeScript we are going to learn. So that means from basic to advanced. From basic to advanced level, we are going to discuss TypeScript. It is mandatory knowledge required for Angular. So even you don't know any TypeScript, no worry, because we are going to learn here everything. So and this TypeScript knowledge, what you learn in Angular is enough. If you want in future to learn other technologies like React, Vue, and others, that means currently TypeScript is very advanced language required for front-end development. All technologies are using TypeScript. They are not directly using JavaScript. All front-end technologies are now using TypeScript. And anywhere you have to learn TypeScript. Suppose you are planning for React or Vue or some other front-end technologies, there also you need knowledge of TypeScript. So here we will discuss complete TypeScript so that this will help you for other technologies also if you are learning them in future. But for our Angular, we need complete knowledge of TypeScript. So we will have complete discussion. So it will be TypeScript itself. We have to spend at least 15 sessions. 15 sessions of TypeScript will happen here. So you will not directly start with Angular. So you will first learn a language called TypeScript. Once you are perfect in TypeScript, TypeScript is used for Angular. You can start working with Angular. So first 15 sessions we have to spend on TypeScript. Mandatory. You cannot skip that. So you cannot directly attend Angular sessions without the knowledge of TypeScript. So we are going to first learn this TypeScript, and it will take 15 sessions to finish all our TypeScript and all. And Angular 13, we are going to discuss the latest version. Angular 13 is very latest version. The previous version of Angular is 12, and so many new features added into Angular 13. Some changes are made when compared to the previous version. Those all we are going to discuss here. So we are going to learn Angular 13, and it will take 30 sessions. So overall, it will take 45 to 50 sessions maximum to finish all our course, the complete concepts. Depends on how you take, right? Because it may extend 1 week or more, because there is a lot of complexity. In the initial days, it may look easy, simple dealing with it, but if you don't practice, then it will be difficult. So I will give you step-by-step exercises, practice, so that if you are perfect in that, then we can proceed to next levels. So what I will do is, after every concept we discuss, I will give you some tasks. If you are capable of doing those tasks, you are good with that, that means you are perfect in the topic. Then we can go to the next. So depending on how you are able to receive the topics we are discussing in class, the speed will be there, right? If you are feeling easy and you are doing well, so then it is easy for us to go little fast. Otherwise, according to how you are understanding, so we will continue this session. Okay. So complete in Angular, many times people ask, do we learn this topic, that topic, like that? Actually, in Angular, we are learning 13 means we will discuss everything in Angular. Every topic is covered here. That means what are the topics required for a real world developer in Angular? In Angular, what topics a real world developer needs to know? So that means with experience. Suppose you want to put some 10 years experience, 15 years experience as a developer, then what you need to know in Angular, those also we will discuss here. That means from basic level to expert level, whatever the topics are required for real-time development, those all topics we are going to discuss. I will not mention every topic, because you will get the catalog where if you are offline people, you will get the catalog from our office. So they will give you complete course content, what we are going to cover. For online people, they will send an email, and even you can give your email at the end of the session, so that they can send an topics related content to you. So what topics we are going to cover, and you can go through that, and if you have any doubts, you can let me know about that in the next session after going through the topics. Okay. And here everything we will discuss, whatever needed for a real-time developer at experience level in Angular, we will discuss everything here. Okay. So at the end, what we will do is, means these are the primary things. At the end, I will show you a simple end-to-end project. I will show you a simple end-to-end project. So by using mean stack, many people ask, like, I am learning .NET, I am learning Java, I am learning Python, how to use Angular with Python, Angular with Java, Angular with .NET, right? So Angular is same with all technologies. Angular is same with all technologies. Only you need to know how integration happens. So at the end, I will tell you one application on MeanStack. MeanStack is actually M stands for MongoDB. MongoDB is a database, and E stands for Express. Express is a middleware, and A is Angular. Angular is your front end, and N stands for Node.js. Node.js is server side. So we are going to use all these and we will build a complete end-to-end application. That means at the end, we will design one complete end-to-end application from front end to back end. That means how to interact with APIs, databases, everything we are going to discuss here. Detailedly, we will see that. So at the end of the session, means at the end of our Angular, so we will go through one small application, so which will be a complete end-to-end application with how to integrate database, how to use server-side technologies, how do we work with APIs and all these things we will discuss in the last, right? So these are all the topics we are going to discuss. So TypeScript, Angular, and one end-to-end application. At the end of, we will see a mean stack application, right? In Angular, you will come across with so many topics. We will learn everything from basic to expert level, everything, right? I hope everyone is clear with this, right? So in this course, you are going to deal with 3 points. So TypeScript, language, and Angular, the technology you are going to deal with, and end-to-end projects, right? Yeah. This is the complete example. So we need to use. And remember, this is Angular course. This is not mean stack course. This is Angular course. That means our main concentration is Angular. I am giving an end-to-end application, means I am not teaching you complete MongoDB, complete Node.js, complete Express. I will show you how to use them. I will show you a small application how to use them, because you people have to learn server-side technologies, databases separately. Here we are going to learn how to use Angular integrated with those technologies, right? If you learn how to integrate with this mean stack, the same you have to do with .NET or Java or PHP or Python or any technology. Once you have an idea of one technology, all other are similar. You will see complete deployment also at the end. So you will see complete deployment. I will show you deployment and testing also towards the end. That means how we test the application and how we deploy the application. Deploying means making live. That means we built the application. After building the application, how to make the application live. That means hosting on cloud servers, how we host on cloud, how we make the application live. So that we will discuss in the last deployment. So once we build the project, we will see how we can deploy. Deploy means it will go live so that we can access and we can use it live, right? These are all the basic things, right? And any doubts, if online people are having, you can raise your doubts towards the end of the session so that I can get back to you, right? So these are the topics we are going to deal here in our course, right? I hope I am clear, right? Detailed topics in Angular, you will get a catalog. You can go through that. What topics we are going to cover, every topic in Angular, right? These are the main concepts we are going to deal. Okay. Now, once I am clear with all this, so first we will go level by level understanding what is Angular, right? Let's see. First important point is, in order to understand why you need Angular, what is Angular and all. Many times people have a doubt. That those all doubts we will clarify here. See, first thing you need to know is, what are the challenges in modern web development? This is the first. I will go through a series of questions and answers. Once you get answer for these questions, that means you will be clear about why you are learning Angular. That means what is Angular, why you need Angular. You will get a clarity if you can answer these questions, right? Let's see. First important, actually web is there from early 1990s. Web started in early 1990s. So introduced by Tim Berners-Lee. Tim Berners-Lee introduced the concept of web and he introduced HTML. So web started in the early 1990s. It started in the early 1990s. So from 1990s, we have web, and from 1990s, we are developing applications for web. Then suddenly, why you need technologies like Angular, React, and all these? How they came into picture? Angular not there earlier. React not there earlier. These Angular, React, they are from 2014. From 2014, 15 onwards, developers and people came to know about Angular, React, and using them in web development. So web development is there from several decades. Then suddenly, why these new technologies are required? That means why you need Angular, why you need React. To understand that, first you need to know what are the challenges in modern web development. What are the challenges in modern web development? That means web is there from several years, but what new happening now? What is the current generation? So first important, so what are the challenges is, so more than more than more than 80% of users are using web from smart devices. Do you agree? Right? Do you agree? More than 80% of users, 80% of users are using web from smart devices. That means they are not using laptop or a desktop to watch anything, to book anything, right? The 80% of web users are using from smart devices like mobile, tabs, and all these things. That means earlier web means you need to go to an internet point, cyber cave, so sit there, access internet, and do your transactions. But now it is available on smart devices. So the first challenge is, what is the first challenge? So 80% of users are using web from smart devices. So here the problem is, the first important challenge is unified user experience. The first challenge for the modern web is unified user experience. What is meant by unified user experience? What is unified user experience? So we will see that. What is unified user experience? What is unified user experience? We will see. Actually, let me give you one simple example. Suppose we have a YouTube. I will just give an example, YouTube. And this YouTube, you are watching on a desktop or a laptop. You are watching this YouTube. And you have to watch this YouTube on a smart device. So that means this is a PC or a desktop or laptop, and this is mobile like smart device. Now the point is, actually, in the early days of YouTube, when smart devices came, YouTube came. So YouTube we can access on this PC and watch it. But when we are trying to access and watch this on mobile, I am talking about the situation in the early days where we don't have YouTube app. On mobile also, we have browsers. On the browser, we have to open YouTube and watch it. But this YouTube is very large. It cannot fit onto mobile. Means it's because mobiles have low bandwidth. very less bandwidth devices. Mobiles are very less bandwidth devices. And this YouTube is unable to fit onto mobile. It is too large. Even today, some websites you try to open on your mobile browser, they will say it is too large. Site cannot open, right? Even today. So the point is here, this YouTube is unable to open on mobile. Then what these people started? YouTube people started optimizing the website. Optimizing the website means compress in such a way that it can fit, compress in such a way that it can fit onto mobile, so that it can fit onto mobile. But one problem is there. So for example, you have MS Word. You have MS Word in your desktop or laptop. The same MS Word is available on your mobile. Mobile also have MS Word. Both have same features. What you are watching on a laptop MS Word, desktop MS Word, the same features are there in a mobile MS Word also. Not everything. Some features are missing because they are compact. Compact means a shorter version. So that means all features are not available. Only some features are available. That means when any website is optimized and sent to mobile, then some features are missing. Some features are missing. That means mobile users are unable to use some features. So it should not be like that. I want a website in such a way that it should have same experience across any device. It should have same experience across any device. That means how I am watching on my PC desktop, what features I am having on my PC desktop, the same should be on mobile. Same exact should be on mobile. That means you cannot have a suggestion like, because you are using mobile, this feature is not available for you. Earlier we used to tell that because of mobile, this feature is not available. But in the current generation, application should be in such a way that it should work everywhere. And it should have same experience everywhere. This is called unified user experience. Unified user experience means a website should have same experience across any device. A website should have same features across any device. A website should have same functionality across any device. How you are watching on a desktop or a PC or laptop, right? The same experience, it should be on mobile. Remember, it is not easy. If you are a developer, this is very complex ask. That means this is not easy. As a developer, we know the pain behind this, how to build such things. That means this is not an easy point. It's a very complicated thing. This is a challenge for web designers. This is a challenge for web designers. This is not an easy thing to handle. Right? The point may look very simple, but it is very complex. So as a web developer in the current generation, if anybody wants a website, so some hospital people come to us, they say that I need a website for my business, and he will say that this should have same experience across mobile also. People should, and you may ask like, you may suggest like, do you want a mobile app? Because you are saying that several people are using from mobile. Do you want a mobile app? He will say that no, I don't want a mobile app. Why? Because mobile app, again, Android, iOS, these issues will be there. He will say that no, I don't want a mobile app. I want a just web application, but it should have same experience everywhere. That means mobile app means again On mobile store, you have to keep it, you have to download and install, you have to provide several offline features into it. So he says that no, I don't want a mobile app, I want a web application which should fit on mobile also. If I want a mobile app, it's easy, I can build a mobile app for him and give it to him. But he says that no, I don't want a mobile app, I just want a app. So that means the point is you should have unified experience. I hope everyone is clear. What is unified experience? Unified experience means application should have same experience across any device, right? Everywhere it should be same. That means there should be no complaint that because of mobile this feature is not available, right? Everywhere feature should be available. This is one challenge. Second important challenge for modern developers is fluid user experience. The second challenge is fluid user experience. Fluid user experience, I will show you. Fluid user experience means I will show you. Suppose I will open Google here. This is Google search. And in Google search, I am searching for Angular. Okay, some results came. Some millions of results came. Some millions of results came. And currently it is only first page. How to watch second page results? I have to scroll down. At the bottom, you can see when I scroll down, at the bottom, you can see page numbers will come. Now I have to hit the second page number. Now imagine if this page is being watched on a mobile. If it is being watched on a mobile, and that small number, how they will hit it? That means even here it looks difficult, right? You have a mouse pointer, so easy, right? Now imagine how this page is used by mobile people. That means, so your hand is this, you are hitting it, it is clicking somewhere. Even today you face that problem. Even today you face that problem, that you are trying to click one option, something is clicking on that website on mobile. That is problem. That means that is not good experience. That means now Google search, actually what we do, we zoom this area, am I right? We zoom that area, we can zoom that area, right? We can zoom the area, we can zoom it, and after zooming we can handle it. That means we can zoom that area and click the second page. Second page, that's what generally people do. On mobile like devices, we do like that. That means this is not good experience. But observe, when I go to Google only, image search, when we go to image search, you see millions of images came. Millions of images came. But what you will find here is millions of images will be there, and the next set of images will be loading when you are scrolling down. There is nothing like next page, previous page. Everything comes on one page. There is nothing like next page, previous page here. Everything comes on one page. This is good. This is good. For example, few years back, you are using YouTube, you are using some Gmail, or you are using Facebook. Now you scroll down. After scrolling down, at the bottom it says next post, previous post. You have to click the button next post, previous post. But now you are scrolling down and it is keep on loading. There is nothing like next page, previous page. Everything comes on to one page. For mobile like users, you cannot ask like next page, previous page, fourth page, fifth page. That means you need to design application in such a way that everything comes on one page. He will just scroll up and down, not even left and right. He will just scroll up and down. Everything comes on one screen. This kind of experience is called fluid experience. What is meant by fluid experience? Fluid experience means user will stay on only one page and everything comes onto that page. User will not navigate from one page to another page. He don't need to click page numbers. There will be no page numbers. You just scroll up and down. You will get the next content, previous contents. This kind of experience is fluid. And again, this is not easy. Designing an application fluid like experience is not easy. It is also a very big challenge for developers. So the modern web is not like early days web. Now we have so many new challenges. We need a unified experience. We need a fluid experience. I hope you understood, everyone, what is fluid experience. Fluid experience means user stays on only one page and everything comes onto that page. That is what fluid experience is, right? Next important is a simplified deployment. Second, it is all related. Simplified deployment, loosely coupled and extensible. These all are important. Simplified deployment, loosely coupled, extensible architectures are very important. I will explain what does it is. Loosely coupled and extensible means, for example, so we have for example, we have bank, some HDFC bank. Now these bank people have given an app. Now what you are doing is you are installing this app on your device. That means they are giving an app, you are installing on your mobile that app. So in this app, they have options like personal banking. They have option like some NRI banking. So these two options they have. Now you installed this app. That means these two features are available on your app. You install that app and you are using it. You are using the bank application. Now, after few days, these bank people have added a new functionality into that application. That is some loans. They added a new functionality into that application called loans. That new functionality should be updated into your mobile app, because they added a new feature that should be in your mobile app also. The previous mobile app you installed, in that they have only two of features. One is personal and NRI. And they introduced some new one and you need to use it. Now what is the solution? Will they ask you to uninstall the old one and install a new one for just only one feature? Is it right? That is not right. They cannot ask you to stop using your application. Then application should be in such a way that user will be using it. He will not even sign out. He will just keep the application idle for few seconds. Means without using, keep idle for few seconds. Then automatically the new feature is pushed into it. That means without reinstalling the application, without disturbing the application, the new features are added into that application. Remember, that's not easy, because when new feature is added into application, it may lead to catastrophic failures. Catastrophic failures means due to some additions, sudden failures may happen because the new feature is unable to fit into application correctly. It affects application. That means it should be in such a way that it can easily fit into that application and update. That means you are using Amazon, you are using Flipkart, you are using Swiggy, you are using WhatsApp, so many things. Nobody will ask you that uninstall and install again. They will simply keep idle for few seconds. They will say that these are updated. You are connected to your Wi-Fi, because already you selected an option that auto update. For any app, if you selected auto update in settings, that means automatically the new features are pushed in. It will not ask you. It will not ask you until or unless it is operating system. And remember, very important is loosely coupled means without disturbing the existing application, we must able to build the new features separately and integrate that new feature into existing application and without failure. This is not easy. This is also a very challenging one. That means our application should be in such a way that we will be using some new features will be coming every day, every few days. So we will not uninstall the application. We will not stop using the application. So this feature is called loosely coupled and extensible. Simplified deployment means simplified deployment. Deployment means ready to use. Earlier, you might have observed few years back, you might have observed, suppose you installed some software on your PC or mobile or anywhere, you install some software, then it asks restart. That means after installing any new software, you have to restart your PC. Even today, some you have to restart. Why to restart? Because the new software you installed, it has some files. Those files need to be sent to operating system registry. If those files are not sent to operating system registry, operating system cannot recognize the new software. And operating system registry cannot take new files when it is running. It needs restart. When you restart, at the time of restarting, the new files are added into registry. Then the new software is ready. Now you can observe that without restarting, you see in your mobile's apps, simple, install, open. Only 2 points, install, open. There is no restart. That means they will never ask you to restart your mobile. Just install an application, open. That is not easy. This is also challenging. Because the new software that installed, it should penetrate into the registry of operating system and it should make that operating system understand about the new software. That's not easy. This is also very important, and this is simplified deployment. These are the major challenges in the modern web development. These are the major challenges. That means these days, web development is not same like early days. These days, web development is not same like early days. That is the reason, currently, when we conduct front-end development, full stack development, Angular, React like batches, in these batches, people who are already working as web developers in companies from more than 10, 12 years also, they are attending now. That means people who already working as web developers, they are coming here and learning new technologies. That means a 10 years, 12 years experienced web developer, why he need to learn new technologies? Because now the current web is not like the web how they were using early days. That means we have several people. That means all companies are sending their experienced senior people that learn new technologies and come. Learn Angular and come. Learn React and come. Otherwise, you will not fit. That means he is 10 years experienced web developer. He is genius in web development, but he needs to learn new things. He comes here to learn Angular. He comes here to learn React because the web is not like how he was using in the early days. So many changes, so many challenges. He cannot solve the issues of modern generation if we don't update to the new technologies. So that is the reason why these are all the major challenges in web development. I hope you understood these 5. One is mobile users, smart users are more now in the current, and we need a unified experience. Unified experience means an application must have same experience across any device. Fluid experience means user must stay on only one page and access everything onto that page. And simplified deployment loosely coupled means without disturbing the application, new features must be added successfully. And without restarting the machine, application should able to run. These are all some important features. Gradually you will learn others also. Gradually you will learn others also. Another important means these are all basic challenges. So many others are there, you will understand one by one. Now the question is, what is the solution? So we discussed the challenges, that these are the challenges for modern web developer. Then what is solution? That tell me the solution then. What is the solution? Solution is better build single page applications, SPA. Better build single page applications. Better build single page applications. Single page means earlier we have, that means our applications are two types. One is earlier, so we call them traditional web applications. Now we are calling as now single page applications. Many times people say multi-page applications, single page applications. It's not like that. Better you say single page application, traditional web application. That means before single page application, it is traditional web application, single page application. Now the solution is better build single page applications. Now you may have a doubt like, what is this single page application? Single page application will have all the features I explained. That means single page applications have unified experience, they have fluid experience, they have simplified deployment, they have loosely coupled architecture. So whatever challenges we discussed, those all challenges you can handle by using single page applications. Now the question here is, so single page application architectures we will discuss detailedly, we will go into that. The point is, solution is single page application. Now the question is it new? Single page application is new. Single page application is not new. It's very old concept only, but now it is trending. It is very old concept only, but now it is trending. That means single page application is not a new concept. It is already there. I will tell you example. You know the social networking, Twitter. You know Twitter? Twitter is the world's first single page application. Twitter is the world's first single page application. That means if you know Twitter have all these features which I told you. From the beginning of Twitter, they have all these features. That means before Angular React came into market, Twitter is there. Before Angular React like technologies are there in the market, Twitter is there. Twitter is the world's first single page application. That means Twitter is already having all these facilities. If you know Twitter, if you are using a Twitter handle, you know this, that it is having such experience. In Twitter, there is nothing like next page, previous page, everything sign in, login, everything in one page only. Everybody tweets on one page only. You might have seen that. It is already there from several years. That means single page application is best. But the question is, single page application new concept? No, it's an old concept only. Now it is trending. Just like you people might have known that currently one of the most trending language is Python. People are learning Python like language, most trending. How it can be most trending now? It is already 30 years old language. 30 years old language. Why it is trending now? All these days, what happened to it? Sleeping. Python is sleeping. Now it wake up. Right? Nothing but market requirements, business requirements, nothing but security issues, nothing but the current requirements lead to the, that means Python is not an invention. Python is a discovery again. Discovery means, you know, it is already there, but people are not using it. Now they are using it because of its abilities. Those abilities are required now. That is the reason they are using it. So that means, so in between, nobody learned Python. From past 10 years, nobody learned Python. Now everybody is running behind Python. Right? What is the reason? Reason is it's a 30-year-old language. Why you are trending now? That is depending on situation. So single page applications also not new concept, very old. But now they are trending. That means everybody wants their application as a single page application. Single page application. So now the question is, so solution we understood. Solution is better to build what kind of application? Single page. What is the ability of single page application? Single page application have unified experience, fluid experience, everything, right? Now the question is how to build single page application. I hope you are following the order, right? What are the challenges? What is the solution? Then how to build? Solution we got. Solution is better to build what kind of application? Single page application. Now the question, how to build single page application? How to build single page application? The question is, can we use JavaScript? Can we use JavaScript, jQuery like technologies to build single page application? Answer is yes. We can use JavaScript, jQuery like technologies to build single page applications. There is no problem. Already we done it. Already from several years, we build single page like applications using JavaScript and jQuery. Already we done it. So that means we can build single page application with JavaScript and jQuery. Then why not continuing? Why not continue with JavaScript and jQuery? If you can build single page application with JavaScript and jQuery and already they are there from several years, why you are not continuing? Why you are in search of new technology? Why you are not continuing? That means what are the problems in JavaScript and jQuery? What are the problems in JavaScript and jQuery? The problems, that means issues with JavaScript and jQuery. What are the issues with JavaScript and jQuery? Why they are not good for building single page application in the current generation? Earlier we done that. Even today, several single page applications can be designed with JavaScript and jQuery. We can do. But what is problem with JavaScript and jQuery? What is issue with JavaScript and jQuery? First important problem is JavaScript is a language. jQuery is a library. JavaScript is a language and jQuery is a library. And remember, a language and library can build application but cannot control application flow. That means they can build application but cannot control application flow. To control application flow, you need frameworks. Any software developer knows that. Any software developer in the world knows that language and library is not enough. For building an application, language, library not enough. We need framework. For example, you learned a technology like Java. You learned a technology like .NET or PHP or Python. When you go to interviews, first question they ask, what frameworks you learned? First question. You say, I learned Java. First question, what frameworks in Java you learned? Otherwise, you are not fit for development. Java people have to learn frameworks like Spring, Hibernate, microservices. .NET people have to learn frameworks like ASP.NET, ASP.NET MVC, right? And Python people have to learn frameworks like Django, Flask, Grok. PHP have to learn frameworks like CodeIgniter, Cake PHP. Without framework, you are not a developer. For a real world project development, every developer must have knowledge of language and frameworks. Without frameworks, you cannot work for real-time development because every real world application uses a framework. Framework controls the application flow. And JavaScript and jQuery, JavaScript is language, jQuery is library. They can build application but cannot control application flow. They need support of additional frameworks. Another point, lot of DOM manipulations. You know that you learn JavaScript, you know lot of DOM manipulation. Get element by ID, get element by tag name, class name, and a lot of events, on load, on click, on change, on blur, lot of events. We need lot of events, lot of DOM manipulations, and that means lot of coding. So lot of coding. So heavy applications, very heavy applications, very slow in rendering. So hard to extend. I told you, so extensibility is one of the key feature we need, loosely coupled and extensible, and JavaScript, jQuery are hard to extend. Not impossible to extend, hard to extend. They are hard to extend because JavaScript is not a OOP language. JavaScript supports only some features of OOPs, but it is not a complete OOP language. Extensibility, security issues will be there. These are all the problems with JavaScript and jQuery. That means we have to handle the problem. We need to go. So then what is the solution again? What is solution? Solution is, again, you came to this point. What is solution then? What is solution? So better use any framework. You use any framework. But these days we have libraries also. But more than library, better use any framework. And Angular is a framework. But first it came as Angular JS. I will tell you the history about Angular, how it came. We will discuss. Right? What is there before Angular, how it came, we will discuss about that. But the point is, better use a framework. Here one doubt will come, better use a framework. Now here one doubt will come. So React. So many people have a doubt. What is difference between React JS and Angular? Because people always have doubt on this. Now many times people come and ask which technology I should learn, either Angular or React. First answer, both are required. There is no choice like React or Angular, React and Angular. There is no choice, React or Angular, React and Angular. A web developer needs React and Angular, not or Angular. That means you need both. You are learning Angular, so you have to learn React. You are learning React, you have to learn Angular, because in the current generation, web developers must have knowledge of both. We are not sure, because in a project you need Angular, in a project you need React. Situation I will tell you when to use React, when to use Angular. So for example, I will show you. See, I am showing you Naukri site. This is Naukri job site. In this job site, just search here Java full stack developer. I am searching for Java full stack developer. This is Java full stack developer. In Java full stack developer, you can see these are all full stack developers. And you see here in that some companies are asking Angular. For a Java full stack developer, they are asking Angular. You see, they are asking Angular. For a Java full stack developer, they are asking Angular. Okay. Now Let's go to the some of these options, and you see some companies are asking React and Angular both. They are asking both. They are asking both. That means in some companies you can see they are asking for React, and in some companies they are asking for Angular. In some companies they are asking for Angular. Java developer only. You search for .NET developer, Python developer, or any developer, you will see Angular, React, Angular, React. Now, which one you have to learn? You know the answer. That means there is no choice for web developers in the current generation. You need knowledge of both. You need React, you need Angular. Any developer, .NET, PHP, Python, web related developer means Angular, React. But the question here is, when React is good, when Angular is good. When React is good, when Angular, means your project will decide whether to use React or Angular. Sometimes what happens is, you are a Java developer, .NET developer. Suppose you have .NET, you have Java, you have PHP, you have like Python, all these things are there. So like Node.js, all these are there. Now what happens is, you have a very strong application built on this technology, complete application built on these technologies. And now what happens is, these technologies, remember, these technologies are also using user interface. That means Java have user interface, .NET have user interface. They are having already interface. That means user interface also they have. They also have user interface. Only the point is, this user interface, they want to make better, more modern, more advanced, and more faster and more better. In that case, React is good. That means React is good for building UI only UI interface. For building user interfaces, means already UI is there. We need to make that UI better. Then React. No, it's not like that. Suppose in some project, what they say that only server side everything we will manage. Complete UI, you build it separately. That means complete UI, I want a separate application with rich features, very complete user interface with rich features. And this UI should be independent from the server side. And individually you need to build this UI, very strong UI. That means here you need everything like we generally call this as model view controller. That means we need logic, we need data, and we need interface. Everything you need. Then Angular is good. Here it is only view, no controller, no model. No controller and no model. That means React is good for the projects where already interface is built. We need to make that interface better. Right? Interface better. React can go there and fit into this. That's very good. React is very good in this. That is the reason you see, what is React? You see React.js official website. It is a library for building user interface. It is a library for building user interface. And any developer who knows that it is a library, he knows that it cannot control application flow. He knows that it cannot control the application flow. Library is just only for building application. That means it needs a lot of support. It needs a lot of support. And very important is, so Angular is a framework. But now, as an Angular developer, better say Angular is a developer platform. Angular is not just a framework, it is more than framework. Angular is a developer platform. What is meant by developer platform? Many people tell Angular as framework, but better say Angular is a developer platform. That means it's not just framework, more than that. Developer platform means it provides every solution for developer to build end-to-end application. That means from building, debugging, testing, deploying, whatever required, everything is provided by Angular. That means building, debugging, testing, deploying, for everything, whatever required. That means from building to deploying, whatever required, everything is provided by Angular. So Angular is not just a framework. Angular is a developer's platform. You see, this is the official Angular. Angular.io. This is official Angular. And see what they say. Modern developers platform. Angular, official Angular says that I am a platform, developers platform. But you will see many people tell you that Angular is a framework. They are also correct, but they are limited. We are more than that. That means what they tell about Angular to you is very restricted, limited. That means they are telling you that Angular is only framework, but I am saying that it is more than that. Not I am saying, they are saying that. People who built Angular, they are saying that. People who built Angular, they are saying that it is a developer platform. What do you mean by developer platform? Developer platform means a developer needs some tools for building, for debugging, for testing, and for deploying. If a technology is providing all of them, then it is called developers platform. Now these days, Java, .NET, all these are developers platform. Because all are developers platform, because they are providing end-to-end tools. Angular is a developers platform. Now the question here is how this Angular came. That means what is difference between Angular JS and Angular. You need to know that. What is difference between Angular? Because before Angular, it was Angular JS. So what is Angular JS? What is Angular? And what are the features of Angular that we are going to deal, that we will see in the next session. Tomorrow we will do that, right? Today we just discussed up to this part. I hope you are clear with all these topics, right? In tomorrow's session, every day our session will be from 7:30 to 9. So it will be 7:30 to 8:45. 7:30 to 8:45. Because demos, we will start the session 7:35, 7:40. So, but our regular session will be 7:30 to 8:45. 7:30 to 8:45 every day, right? It will be 7:30 to 8:45. Yeah? And whatever notes I am giving here, tomorrow I will give you an online link. In that link, I will upload all this information so that you can go through the daily notes, topics. Whatever I am discussing for every topic, online notes I will share. So tomorrow I will give you a link to that, so that you can get all updated notes there. And tomorrow, once we discuss the difference between Angular and Angular JS, now we will start TypeScript. Practically, we will start with the TypeScript. Before practically going, you should know so many things that I am explaining. It will take 1-2 days to first understand the technology. Then we can do practical. Many people are excited in doing practical, but you cannot do practically anything without knowing the concept, right? First, I am giving an overview of that. Then tomorrow onwards, we will see how to practically approach. Okay. First, we will start with TypeScript language, right? Tomorrow we'll discuss. I hope clear with all these topics, right? Yeah, tomorrow we'll continue. Yes, you people, anyone have doubts, you can unmute yourself and you can talk, right? Yes.
Hello, sir. Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Hidden.
Yes. So I am right now taking HTML, CSS, and
Yes,
classes. So that class might be it will end soon. So is it okay
you're
that
not audible, Hidden.
can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello, I am yes, sir. I am audible to you. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, sir. I want to know that is this batch is for NASCOM people or
Yes.
so NASCOM people don't have to pay separate fees now? Hello.
You are asking about
NASCOM batch people.
NASCOM, contact me. I don't know about what's your contact me now, which batch you are.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So I'm right now taking like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript classes, and that class gonna end soon. So is it like okay, or is it good to start this class Angular 13?
You have basic idea of JavaScript?
Yes, I guess maybe there is like 20 session is already done on the JavaScript.
No problem.
Sorry,
You can continue. You can
I
continue.
can continue because
Yes.
like I am learning like a full stack like so right now.
You are simultaneously doing your JavaScript, you can continue. No problem.
Oh, okay. No, there's like I already learned like 20 or 10, 20 of classes, so just want to make sure that is it good or maybe is there any next batch going to start maybe soon or maybe after?
No, you can continue now. Right? No issues. Because you already started now.
Yeah.
Your JavaScript, right? You can
Yes.
parallelly attend this. No issues.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right?
Thank you.
Yes. There are no changes in the batch. That means it will be same. Every day it will be 7:30. Right. Okay. So let's continue in tomorrow's session.